Due to two of my more recent videos being about revelations and secrets, I thought now would be a good time to do a little video on an interesting topic that I've actually put a lot of thought into. Secret identities are a fundamental part of the American superhero, but you'd be surprised how few actually have a secret identity. Especially nowadays, since the entire concept seems outlandish in a time as tech-savvy as ours. The concept of a secret identity was first popularized in the Scarlet Pimpernel, a character in which I'm more familiar with the Looney Tunes version, Scarlet Pumpernickel. Scarlet Pimpernel embodies the most popular archetype for the masked hero trope. He's a nobleman who wears a disguise and has a goofy name so that he can rescue doomed noblemen in Revolutionary-era France. If someone were to deduce the identity of the Scarlet Pimpernel, it would spell disaster for his estate. This style of hero later evolved to be a more crime fighter trope with Zorro and the Shadow. This brand of billionaire vigilantes had a really good yet seldom explored reason to hide their identities. Vigilantism is frowned upon in most contexts, and with their prestige, if they were caught and made an example of, it would dissuade others from doing the same. Batman is fully aware of this and doesn't want to be seen as human. As a human, he can be broken, burned in effigy, etc. But as an unrelenting force of nature, he can strike fear in the heart of evil. The Shadow takes this to a whole nother level and did it first. But there's also the reason of their investors. I don't know about you, but if I had stock in a company and found out its owner spent his nights beating up impoverished criminals in his underwear, I'd probably get cold feet about hedging my bets on them. This was the reason earlier interpretations of Iron Man used the excuse that Tony Stark wasn't Iron Man was just his bodyguard. Investors are happy, board members and loved ones are put at ease, and Tony Stark gets to kick commie ass. Lamont Cranston, Bruce Wayne, Don Diego de la Vega, Oliver Queen, Tony Stark, and Sir Percy Blakeney all had these things in common. Going down the spectrum, you have middle-class heroes. These guys aren't as well known in universe as their billionaire counterparts and tend to wear costumes to keep their loved ones safe. I mean, the rich guys do too, but come on. Most of these guys are shut-ins and the only people close to them already knew what they were doing. Of the middle and low-class heroes, Daredevil gets bonus points because, come on, who's going to believe the blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen moonlights as a backflipping badass ninja? But you also have characters like Spider-Man, whose terminally guilty conscience means he'll constantly blame himself every time someone gets hurt, and unlike, say, Bruce Wayne, he's unwilling to close himself off from those close to him, even if they become villains. This turns everything personal, especially in the movies where they always try to build parallels between Peter Parker's inquisitive mind and the mad scientists he's fighting on a bi-weekly basis. But at least Spider-Man has the foresight. Get it? Spidey sense joke? Wear a full bodysuit instead of a... Did domino masks ever work? I actually have to commend the Green Lantern movie for pointing that out. And that's the only positive thing you'll ever hear me say about that dumpster fire. Sometimes secret identities get really creative, like Captain Marvel or, Shazam! Who is secretly 10-year-old Billy Batson. This brings me to a person who, in my opinion, has the greatest secret identity ever. A man whose secret is so ingenious that the people around him don't even think to look. Superman. Wait, now hear me out. Superman is in fact Kal-El, a superpowered alien from Krypton. He was, yeah, you know the story, crashed on Earth, raised as Clark Kent, works as a journalist. They've made 7 movies about this guy and only 2 of them are any good. Unlike any other superhero, Superman isn't the disguise. There's this awesome scene in Kill Bill Volume 2 where Bill has this long-winded speech about why Superman is his favorite superhero. All his powers he got because he's a Kryptonian. His outfit is made from the blankets he was wrapped in as a baby. Even if someone were to break into the Fortress of Solitude to find out his real name, they'd only learn the name Kal-El, not Clark Kent, which is exactly what happens with Lex Luthor in Superman 2. Clark Kent is the disguise. Interpretations that get that tend to be good, and versions that forget that tend to suck. The reason why it's so perfect is because, well, he's not wearing a mask. There's no mystery to unravel. He's honest, shows his face, and because of his alleged transparency, no one ever thinks to look for him just slumming around in a suit and glasses acting all wimpy. There's a genius to that, and most people who have written Superman don't even realize it. The concept of a secret identity isn't as popular as it once was. The MCU got rid of it for a long time. Man of Steel just outright refuses to have Clark Kent as an actual character. Hero did the whole secret identity thing in the worst, most boneheaded way I've seen. But with the Flash TV show and Spider-Man Homecoming, maybe it'll hit a resurgence. Because that whole sword of Damocles that the villain might discover the hero's deepest secret and make their lives a living hell is one of the things that made these characters so interesting to begin with. But that's just my thoughts. Thanks for watching.